This is Stephanie with Stephanie Cole Over 50 Living, and today we will be making peach butter cinnamon rolls with a bourbon brown butter frosting. It's really good, really tasty, and I'm going to show you how to make the peach butter because peach butter is so versatile. It's really good. You can put it on cookie bars, you can put it in blondies, you can mix it into ice cream, you can make ice cream with it. It's endless. There's so many things you can do with peach butter. You can just put it on toast. Anyway, so I thought I would show you how to make the peach butter first. If you like these kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to get these peaches washed. I have a variety of both white and yellow peaches. And I'm obviously making a whole bunch of peach butter because I plan on either freezing or canning what I have left. Anyway, so that's the first thing we are going to do today. I'm also doing the slow method. You can also do this on the stove, but I am going to use the slow cooker method. And I'm going to toss these two. Looks like something's been eating this peach. So we have our peaches that are washed, and they're mostly dry, so I'm just going to half them and pit them. I'm going to do these in a couple of batches. So I'm going to put them in the food processor. You can use a blender or you can just mash them. When you're getting ready to blend these, you need to be careful because you do not want to turn this into peach juice. You want it peach puree. So I'm just going to... Then I'm going to put it into the slow cooker. All right, I am going to plug in my slow cooker, put the lid on. Now, I'm going to only put the lid on for a little while just to get it heating up, and then I am going to keep it cracked. And power, manual, and there we go. So we're just going to let this cook down, and I will be back when it is ready to go. Good morning. It's the next day. I have made the peach butter, and I will show you that in just a moment. And then we are going to get the dough started and move on with our delicious cinnamon rolls that we are going to be making. So let's go. We are going to start on the dough, and I am first going to pour in 3/4 of a cup of milk, 3 eggs at room temperature, to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of melted butter. Now I have to say that this original dough recipe came from Half Bake Harvest, who she has great recipes, and I've tweaked the dough recipe a few times for different types of cinnamon rolls, but I wanted to definitely give her the credit of the beginning of this dough recipe. So now I have got butter, eggs, milk. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have 1 packet of the rapid rise yeast. To the flour, I am going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and just mix that in. So I'm going to add half of my 3 3/4 of a cup of flour, and I'm going to start mixing that. I'm going to scrape down the sides. And I'm going to add the rest of the flour in. This dough, you want it to be a little bit on the sticky side. I'm going to mix this until it starts to form into a dough ball. We have dough. And then just by hand, I'm just gonna kind of get it in a ball. It's already in a ball pretty good, so I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap and I'm gonna let it sit for an hour, hour and a half till I'm done with whatever else I'm working on. And there we have it. While the dough is rising, we are going to start making our brown butter frosting because we need to have the brown butter cool back down before we can fully incorporate it into the cream cheese frosting. So we're going to do that now. To a pan, we are going to do 6 tablespoons of lightly salted butter and 2 tablespoons of bourbon. Whoa, okay, maybe did a little bit more. Yikes. It'll be good. All right, we almost have brown butter. It turns so quickly. So you see how the foam starts? This is it. This is right where it goes into brown butter. Just let it go. There we go. Now you see, we've got brown butter. I'm going to set this aside and let it cool down. The dough is done rising, so I'm going to start rolling it out and show you how I put the peach butter in. And I've got to tell you, this is the second attempt and I may show you how I did I made a whole different type of peach cinnamon roll. I was working on the recipe. I went to roll the cinnamon roll into a roll and the peach just oozed everywhere. So I might show you that and give you a little clip because it was the biggest mess. So that's why I decided to make peach butter, because it stays together a little bit better. But we'll see. It may be a complete mess again, but hey, at least it tastes really good. This dough, let me just tell you how much I love this dough. It's so good. It has a real nice, almost brioche texture to it. So we want this to be a rectangle. I have 1/4 cup of butter here that I am going to spread. And then we are going to just put some cinnamon. When all is said and done, it's probably 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. But you just want to spread it all the way throughout because it is a cinnamon roll, so we got to have our cinnamon. We don't want too much because then it gets tasting soapy. Now I wanted to show you, this is the peach butter, And last night, right before I took it off of the slow cooker, I just took an immersion blender to it and just very carefully went through the whole thing. And I also added 1 teaspoon of honey. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my peach butter and I'm going to make a thin, just a couple of lines at a time, so we're not having it ooze out. Oh, this is going to be so good. And then we're going to spread it. And I'm not going to spread these to the edge. I'm going to leave a space open because this will ooze. So now I'm just going to turn it. We're going to kind of lift and roll at the same time just a little bit. And we're going to add a little bit more. All in all, this is probably a cup to a cup and a half. One more time, we are going to lift and roll. I'm just going to take it and just wipe it off and seal. I'm going to make some cuts and we're going to go right around 1.5 inches. We're going to just do real quick cuts. And I have a 9x13 pan that is greased and has parchment paper. And we are just going to start setting it. I think this was a problem before. I think that I did the 9x11 and it's supposed to be a like a 12x12 or 13x13 pan. I did this last time. I'm not going to switch it out. We'll see what happens. But now you're just going to pour just a little of the peach butter down into the crevices. Now we are going to bake this for 30 to 40 minutes until it comes out nice and crisp on top, and when you punch it, it does not feel doughy. So we're going to put this in the oven at 350. In a mixing bowl, we are going to add 4 ounces of cream cheese, 3/4 of a cup of confectioner sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and all of the bourbon brown butter. For the frosting. And there you have your frosting. It smells good. It has that brown butter, boozy smell. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will share both recipes down in the description box. I hope you give it a try. Even if you just do the peach butter, it, like I said quite a few times during this video, it's very versatile. So anyway, until next time, bye.